Alright. So yeah, this was, I think, the last little path that we hadn't covered yet. So I wanted to make sure we got to that. Wiping sweat off my eyes. I'm wearing a sweatband, and I also brought a towel so that I could wipe my sweat so that my eyes don't burn. But anywho, so we already went that way earlier. I might go this direction, so we'll go back towards that Black Angel, just get a different view. I don't know what the people who live around here think, if they like love living close to the cemetery. I think it'd be pretty cool. Your neighbors would probably be, I hope, quiet, because we know these neighbors are quiet. So yeah, I think it would be kind of cool. And this is also a really good view right here of the Omaha skyline. So again, like I said, on the left you've got the Mutual of Omaha. Then to its right, kind of hiding next to it, is the Woodman Building. And then off to the right there, that other tall building, is the First National Bank building in Omaha. So that's a really good view of the skyline though. It's pretty. It is warm out here. And then just for reference, like that's the Black Angel. It looks like there's some people coming to visit it. So that's cool. And yeah, if you're watching my videos, I'd love to like know where you're from. Where are you watching from? Are you local? Are you in the Midwest? Are you from the US? Are you from another country? Where are you watching from? And have you ever visited Council Bluffs, Iowa? Or anywhere nearby, like Omaha, Nebraska? I don't know. I'd love to hear a little bit more just about my audience. Like, what's your story? Like, where are you from? What brings you to my walks? Like, do you like watching because you also enjoy, like, I did it because I wanted to create some virtual walks. So I used to pay for the iFit subscription that a lot of NordicTrack treadmills and bikes sell. It was like $250 a year or something like that. It's kind of expensive for what it was. So I created these videos because I thought, hey, it's gonna be way cheaper for people to do virtual walks and cycling and jogging with me versus an iFit trainer, and pay for an iFit subscription, because you can just watch these videos on YouTube for free, and you shouldn't see any ads right now because my channel's not monetized, so therefore they shouldn't be running any ads. If one comes up, you should be able to hit skip. So that's just kind of like where these videos started. And then I just find these places to be really relaxing, peaceful. Like, these are kind of like my happy place, you know, like at the end of the day or on the weekend when I have free time. Like, if I just want to get away from stress and life, I just want to go for a walk and forget about all the stress and just relax. So this is just kind of my peaceful time, and now I'm sharing that with you guys. So I do hope you find some enjoyment out of it. Yeah, like treadmill and like stationary bikes, I think that's kind of what I thought my audience might gravitate towards, but I also think it's kind of a form of like virtual tourism. So like, if you're just curious about another area, what it looks like. And I don't know how many people have ever been to Iowa or what they think Iowa looks like. We're obviously not just a bunch of like fields of corn, so there's a lot of beautiful spots to be shared, and I think that's important. So yeah, that's just kind of what got me started on doing these videos, and we are technically done with looking at all of the different parts of this cemetery. I don't think there's anything else really to explore. We've got 2.44 miles. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change out my battery so that it doesn't die, because I still have like a half mile left, and I just really would like to be able to share a little bit more. So I think what we'll do is we'll head over here, and if you can see that little monument there, that little Lincoln Monument, we'll walk over there and show some views there, and we'll do the stairs too, because I did the stairs in a separate video, but it was a few months ago, so it's definitely like the scenery has changed, so I'll do that again with you guys, and that's where we'll pick up for this next part. Okay, so picking back up, so I got about a half mile left of my walk to go, and we already went through all of the Fairview Cemetery, so now I think let's check out this Lincoln Memorial over here. So again, that's the cemetery that we just came out of. Park hours 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. if you're wanting to check it out. So let's go over here and get out of the road. Got some more planes taking off. A good place to watch planes take off from Epley if that's something you enjoy or just want to share with your family, like your kids or something. You can look at it over at the Lewis and Clark Monument. They have a pretty good viewpoint over there. But like as far as like cool views in the area, this is one of them. So it's called Lincoln Monument. I'll see if I can get the little placard here for you. So that is the Lincoln Monument, and you got some cool views. Kind of take you around here. You can see the train going over there. So if you are from the area, you're probably familiar with the Council Bluffs Viaduct, which has the orange and yellow art that goes over it out there. I think it's Gateway to the West, I think is what it's called. Not 100% sure, but I've walked over that bridge too. I don't do it too often. Some of the foot traffic over there is a little questionable. But I've only ever done that like early in the morning, like before work, like doing a little walk jog. So, but yeah, this is like just kind of a nice little viewpoint. Just walk over here. So, got a good view of the other viaduct, so you can get over the trains. This one is Avenue G, so there's Avenue G viaduct, and then the other viaduct over there, which is probably, I think that one's a lot more busier because that one's connected to Broadway, and then the Omaha skyline. But yeah, nothing spectacular, but still kind of a pretty view. So let's continue on. Alright, so let's see if I can step back to make sure you can get a good view of that, but there is the Abraham Lincoln Memorial. And I'll see if I can get it close. I did do a separate video where I didn't talk at all, where it's just a video of this particular area, walking up and down the steps. The steps are a pretty good walk. so just be careful going up and down them. And then this road, when you go down these steps, you can actually go, if you don't want to come back up them, which I think I'll do, we can go up the road and come back around this way, and that's a really good incline, really good workout. And then we'll also pass by Oak Park Road, which is another cool hilly road, so if you need some incline options, or if you just want to explore and get those steps in. But yeah, my knee is definitely not feeling the greatest. It's not painful, but it's annoying, I guess. I'm just gonna get a little 360 view. Hear the birds. Yep. Alright, continuing on. Alright. Yeah, so I think I'll definitely be going, I think, the other direction on the way back instead of going up the stairs. That way, one, you can get a little bit more scenery, not just go the same direction. Well, up and down the same stairs, I guess. If you want to go up the stairs, I have a video where I did that. It just looks a little different because it was a little earlier in the year, so not as green. Yeah, some of these steps are pretty big, so I'm taking 2 steps as to not injure myself any further. And if you can relate, if you're a walker or runner or just general fitness enthusiast and you've got one of those injuries that just kind of likes to come and go and kind of limits some of the things that you can do anymore, drop a comment. I'm sure I'm not the only one. It's frustrating, but you know, you gotta just enjoy what you still can do and just try to heal as much as you can. Yeah, it's a pretty view, so I'm gonna try to pause here so you can just take it all in. Do a little 360 real slow so that it doesn't look like I'm making you get motion sickness. Stairs. I didn't count these stairs. Not sure how many there are. I'd probably lose track, even though this isn't Hummel Park. If you're familiar with this area, Hummel Park, which I visited and hiked at, and even did a nighttime, nighttime type of like ghost tour, where you had to just have a flashlight to walk up and down the stairs because it was that dark. But they have a staircase there. It's called the Morphing Staircase, or the Devil's Staircase. And there's that lore and legend that you'll never get the same number going up and going down if you try to count them. And then if you do, then you're supposed to like meet your death, something along those lines. I don't know exactly how it goes, I don't remember, but something like that. So like it starts in this like little parking lot area, and they call that, I think, the Devil's Punch Bowl. Anyways, yeah, there's stairs, and you can count them going up, you can count them going down, but the thing is they're so dilapidated and cracked that honestly, like, I think you're not gonna get the same number, just because it's really hard to determine if one piece is, like, if it's one stair or if it's 2 stairs, because it's so cracked. Waiting for that plane to go over, so that in case you wouldn't be able to hear me or not. I don't use a microphone or anything, I'm just using my camera right now, so hoping that the audio is good enough that you can hear me well. I haven't edited my first video just yet, so like the first video where I'm speaking, that is, so I don't know how good it is yet. That's my next video to edit, but anyways, hopefully it turns out good, and I don't know, hopefully you guys enjoy this more than just a really quiet video. If you prefer one over the other, I guess you could turn the volume down and just watch it and listen to your own music, or, you know, drop a comment if you have any feedback about topics covered. I don't know. I try to just kind of stay on like a topic that relates to wherever I'm at, like the cemetery and the history here. I also try to just talk a little bit about myself and what brought me to doing YouTube videos and seeing where it goes. So maybe it'll turn into a little side hustle someday, but I'm sure that'll be a long ways away. So I'm a very patient person. That is one of my strengths for sure. Been told I have a lot of patience, and so I don't know. That also, I guess, fits my Hogwarts house, because I took the Wizarding World test to see which Hogwarts house I would belong to and be placed in. So I don't know if you want to take a minute to guess, but anyways, my house is I guess I'm trying to think of, they're not like rules, virtues. It's hilly, so I'm gonna try to slow down so I'm not breathing so heavy for you guys. Coming up here on the left, that's Oak Park Road. It's a very pretty road, kind of has some twists and turns, so a lot of incline there. It is not an outlet, so you will have to come back down that way, but it's a great one. I loved doing that when I was able to run, so highly recommend, like, if you wanted to check that out, get some hills, it's a great road for that. This is too. I think in high school, one of the workouts we did for cross country was going up and down those steps. I think we went down them and then we would run up this hill. That was a really good workout. So I did cross country and track and field and powerlifting when I was in high school years ago, but I still enjoy running, walking, lifting, cycling. I can still do it all. I just have a few limitations now with the bad knee. But yeah, so back to my house. I don't know if you guessed which one I would belong to, but I am a Hufflepuff. So the yellow colored Hogwarts house, that's the one I belong to. And patience, dedication, and loyalty are, like, I think the three pillars of that house. And then if you have like that Hogwarts Legacy game, I think that's the one, and you check out like the Hufflepuff the Hufflepuff house. I don't know, it's really kind of chill. It's like this. It's like it has a lot of greens and calm, like, I don't know, like plant vibes. Like, it was a chill and calming area, and I think it suits me. So I could see why I was sorted by the hat to the Hufflepuff house. And I think the most famous Hufflepuff might be Cedric Diggory. I mean, what is it? I think it's Cedric, and then shoot, I know there's some other ones, but he's the first one that I can think of. When I went to Universal Studios in Orlando, I got to go to the Ollivander store and pick out a wand. And I picked out a wand before I knew, I think it was before I knew which house that I belonged to, but I just looked at them and I picked one based on its appearance visually. So I ended up picking the wand of, wanna guess? It was the wand of not anyone in a Hufflepuff house. Not Cedric Diggory. I knew that's maybe what you were thinking, but it wasn't. We're just gonna go this way just to finish off this last part of the 3 miles. It's a pretty walk. This is the historical district, Oakland Avenue, for reference. But anyways, sorry. Okay, so any other guesses? If you're guessing Voldemort, no, not Voldemort. Nope. Not Harry Potter. Not Hermione Granger. Not Ron Weasley. All right, it was Neville Longbottom. So I have the wand of Neville Longbottom. Everybody loves Neville, right? That scene where he's got the mandrakes and his earmuffs must not be fitted well and he passes out. It's intense. And if you have no clue what I'm talking about, that's okay too. But I think I'm going to conclude this walk here. I've just finished. It looks like, let me just double tap my watch. 3.02 miles. So I don't know if you can see that. 3.02 miles, and we're gonna call it good. Hour and 31 minutes. All right, well, thanks again for joining me, guys, and until the next time, take care.